Hello to all, this is Amardeep Singh and today I am here to discuss about some programs using while loop and today we'll discuss two programs. One, write a program to check if given number is palindrome or not, and second we'll discuss about write a program to check if given number is prime or composite. So first we'll discuss about palindrome. A palindrome is a number the reverse of which is equivalent to its actual number. And the prime or composite, a prime number is a number which is not divisible with any other number except itself. And composite are the numbers which are divisible with any other number also. So first we'll discuss about how to check if the given number is palindrome or not. So first of all we have to get a number from input or number from user and we have stored that number in n. Then now we have to reverse that number. Then if you want to calculate the reverse, then you have to use while n greater than 0, then a equals to n percentage 10. It will return the it will break all the digits one after one and store each and every digit in each iteration of a loop. Then next we need a variable. I'll take r equals to 0, then r equals to r into 10 plus the value of a, that means that digit. Then after that n is equal to n divided by 10. We have to perform integer division. So first of all, after execution of this loop, we have to check the result also. Print r only and save it. I'll name it as palindrome. Then run this program. So we are having some mistake. Colon is there. Then F5. Enter the number. I'll enter 534 and 435 is the answer. That means the logic is correct. Now next step is that we have to check if the reverse and the actual number is equal or not. So after the closing of loop, after the completion of loop, we have to check if r equal to. Now the actual number is n, but during the execution of this loop, the value of n after the completion of loop will be 0 because uh, we are changing the value of n in each iteration of a loop. For example, if I'm going to print value of n, then if you will check, the entered value of n is 123, and if you will press enter after the completion of loop, the value of n is 0. So before the starting of loop, you have to temporarily store the value of n into another variable. So that means I'll store the value of n in I'll take a variable t equals to n, so that if the value of n will be changed after the completion of loop, then we have to use the value of t instead of n. So the value of t, if you will print, then the value of t will be the same. So now t contains the actual number and r variable contains the reverse of that number. So if you want to check that one, if t equals to n, then print percentage d is a palindrome number, and in else portion of this condition will print percentage d is not a palindrome, and we also have to print the value of which variable, that is t, and percentage t. Save the code and run that one. Now I'm going to enter 123. 123 is not a palindrome number, and just try to run the same code with another value. Let's suppose I'm going to enter 121, and the reverse of 121 will be the same. So 121 is not a palindrome number also, but so that means we are having some kind of problem here, and we have to compare t with r. So that was the actual problem. So 121 121 is a palindrome number. So again, if you want to check not palindrome, and if we'll check 32423 and is a palindrome number. So that is all about the logic of checking how to whether the given number is palindrome or not. First we get a number from user, then we declared a variable r, then we store the value of n into another variable t, so that if the value of n will be changed after the completion of loop, then we have to use t variable that contains the actual value and the reverse stored into this r variable. And after that we have to check if the value of r reverse and that given number is equal. If both are equal, then number is palindrome, otherwise it's not a palindrome number. So that is all about the current program. Next we will discuss about how to check if the given number is prime or composite. As we discussed earlier, that a prime number is a number which is greater than 1 and not divisible with any other value except itself. So that means the values are, for example, 2, 5, 7, 11, 13. These are the values which are not divisible with any other number except their own value. So let's start how to check if the given number is prime or composite. So first of all, we have to get a number, a value from user. Then after that, to check if that given number is prime or composite, we have to generate values starting from 2 to 1 less than that number. For example, if you want to check if uh, 40 is a prime or composite number, then we have to run a loop starting from 2 to 39, and we have to divide the value of n with all value within that range starting from 2 to 39. If in between any time, if that number is complete will be divisible or will be divisible completely with the values within that range, that means that number is composite, otherwise the number is a prime number. So first of all, we have to start a loop from 2. So I'll take a variable, declare a variable. The initial value of that variable will be 2, and I'll run this variable starting from while I less than n. So that means this loop uh, will start from the value of I to n. So and we have to update the value of I by 1 plus 1, and if still first of all we have to check if the values are okay, then print the value of I, save it, prime, save it as a prime. Then first of all we have to check, for example, if I will enter 10, then the value should be generated starting should be generated from 2 to 9. Now it's okay. We have started the loop from 2 to 9. That means 1 less than that given number. So next, so the values are correct. Now inside this loop we have to check if the value of n is divisible with the value of I. So if you want to check if one number is completely divisible with second number, then we have to check the remainder. Then if n percentage I equals to 0, so that means that if the return is 0, that means it is completely divisible. That means the number is, if it is divisible, then the number is composite, or if it is not divisible, then the number will be prime. So if you will run this code, it's not a complete code basically. If you will run this code, then let's suppose I'm going to check the value, if the value 10 is prime or composite. Then the result is, first in first iteration 10 will be divided by uh, 2. That means it is divisible, then the loop shows that the number is composite. After that 10 is will be divided by 3, then it is not divisible, then it print prime, then 4, again not divisible, prime, then 5, then 10 is divisible with 5, then it will print composite, then not divisible with 7, 8, 9, so 6, 7, 8. So that means, so but we need a single answer after the completion of loop. We need a single output, not such kind of values. So we have to remove this logic, this condition from this one. In this case, we have to check the condition out of the loop here in this location. After the completion of loop, we have to check if the given number is prime or composite. So if you want to check it, then we have to make use of some variables for indication out of loop, because we have to define a condition here. Then what will be the condition? The condition variable, should we have to decide a variable that will check the condition after the completion of loop. So here we have to use a variable for indication purpose. Such kind of variables are known as the flag variables. I'll use variable x equals to, you can assign any value to this variable, any value. For example, I have assigned x equal to 1. Then after that, if during the execution of a loop, if this condition will turns to true, then we have to change the value of x to any other value. Let's suppose I have specified a value that is x equals to 2. So that means if this condition will be true, that means that number is, the value of n is divisible if it is once or any number of times. So that means if even if a single time this condition will turns to true during the execution of loop, then we will change the value of x. So inside this if statement, you have to change the value of this flag variable. Here we are having initial value of x, that is 1, and here we are having a value, we have changed the value of x on depending on the condition of this condition. So after the completion of loop, if the value of x is 2, that means this condition is true during during the execution of loop. If uh, this condition will not evaluate to true even once during the execution of that loop, then the value of x will be, it will remain 1. So after the completion of loop, you have to check if x equal to 2. That means during the execution of loop, if even if a single time the condition turns to true, then that number will be composite, otherwise prime. So now we have to check this one. I'm going to enter 12. 12 is a composite number. So we can also change the message completely. That means percentage D is a composite number and percentage D is a prime, is already available, prime number, and after that we have to bring the value of n, percentage n, save it and run. Now give any random number. For example, 13 is a prime number, then 13 is a prime number. Then you have to test each and every program with different values, so many number of times also. So if I will enter 24, then 24 is a composite number. So that means this one is the logic. I'm going to explain the logic. First we get a value from user, then we have to declare a loop variable, that is I, and the initial value of loop variable is 2, and we have to run that loop 1 less than the value of n. So here we have specified less than. Then during the execution of loop we have specified a condition, which is uh, that will divide each value of n with each value within the given range, that is with the value of I. Then if the condition is true, that means if the value of n is divisible with I during the execution of loop, then the value of x will turns to 2. So you can also change this value. For example, it's just a flag variable, only used for indication. For example, the initial value, I specified the initial value of x equal to 100. If the condition will be true during execution, then I will change the value to any other value. For example, I'll change the value to 80, and this one is the updation statement of while loop. And now we have changed the value of x, that is 80 and 100. Then if after the completion of loop the value of x is 80, that means the number is composite, otherwise the number is prime. So I'll check 12, the number is composite. So x is just a flag variable, you can assign any value because we are using x for indication purpose only after the completion of loop. This variable x, the value of x, will indicate if the condition during the execution of that loop was true or false. So that is all about how we can check prime or composite. So uh, these are the logics, these are the two different logics of checking if the given number is palindrome or not, and if the given number is prime or composite. So thank you very much for watching this.